United States of America. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN and Nightingale Radio International. How are you guys doing? Yes, I used to remember when I was a scout. I was in a Boy Scout. At a very high level. We used to sing this song. That they taught us. Oh Lord, Baden Powell, he was a leader who used to wear khaki. Oh Lord, Baden Powell, he was a leader who used to wear khaki. Khaki. Oh Lord, Baden Powell, he was a leader who used to wear khaki. Oh Lord, Baden Powell, he was a leader who used to wear khaki. Wow, my stubbornness started a long time ago. Stubborn for good. Yes, how is everybody doing from Nigeria, Africa, United States, and around the world? Yes, our job is to bring the truth to our people using every medium, speaking every language, using everything that can positively, relay our message to the people who desperately need it. Yes, the people in Nigeria are in a deep trouble, deep shit. The country is in a deep shit, and everything is collapsing. And it is expected. And a kingdom rises and falls. The kingdom of evil in Nigeria is about to crash. That's the Nigerian system. Everything is falling apart. We can't save that system because the system is destined to die right about now. Yes, and our greatest pain, is the reaction of our people. But it's expected. People who have been repressed all their lives. So, it's expected that they react the way they react to issues, very, very serious issues. And their situation, the reactions of Nigerians is diagnostic of what we call Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, when you begin to behave and, help advance the cause of your oppressor. Yes, Stockholm syndrome. And it doesn't spare anybody. Even the most educated person in Nigeria is screwed up mentally. Yeah, sadly, that is it. A country that has some of the brightest people on earth. Yeah, inside that Nigeria, man, they screwed up. Everybody in Nigeria is messed up. No exception. No exception. Those we expect to speak up for the people of Nigeria even got worse. They are corrupt and they become part of the system. Yes. So everything is collapsing. Yes. And that is a preamble to the collapse, the total collapse of the Nigerian system. Healthcare collapsed. Educational system broken. Infrastructure broken. Yes. Moral fabric massively, and tragically broken. All kinds of things that we imagined in those days that were impossible in Nigeria are now happening right in our eyes. Yeah, we are all hands akimbo as they are happening. Yeah, that happens when a country is about to scatter and splatter. We have been working hard to get our people to start thinking. But I tell you, the hunger in that land is unconscionable. Yeah, so people are more interested in looking for food than fighting for the country. And it's only a few of us, some diehard patriots inside, and a lot of us outside who are fighting from the periphery, trying to do whatever we can to inspire the people at home to rise up, but they are not rising up. And I see it. But instead, now what I believe is going to happen is a system that will destroy itself, and it has already started. From what the look of things, it is clear that Nigeria is on the march to repeating the history of just immediate post-independence. Yeah, the same thing that happened right after independence, about 5 years after, are happening with what is taking place in Rivers State with ex-governor Wike, Wike, not giving the current incumbent governor a breathing space. He wants to control the state, and the same thing. And with the governor Fubara, or whatever he's called, yeah, Fubara is Saint Fubara, and whom he had picked for the people of River State, as his godson, thinking that he was going to be that obedient to allow him, control him, and manipulate everything that happens in that state. But the boy is giving him a fight. I think, let me give him some commendation for being able to stand up to a bully of that magnitude, a thief, an armed robber, who confiscated the treasury of the state in his pocket. Yeah. So what is taking place right now in River State is similar to what took place between Ladoke Akintola of Old Western Region and the erstwhile leader of the Yoruba people, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Is about control. You know, so that is the started trajectory. It started like that, chains of events, that brought the five majors to plan a coup that overthrew the system, and then the country, started degenerating. They called it Igbo coup, and then some people came and did a reprisal, and the Fulanis, brought Gowan from wherever he was. Even though he claims that he wasn't part of that coup, but they assigned him a position. He accepted it, and they went on a mass killing of Nigerians. People in Igbos especially in the north of Nigeria. There was this ethnic cleansing. Yes, and vengeance for the alleged killing of their leader, the man who killed Nigeria first, right on day one of independence. I'm talking about Ahmadu Bello, yeah, the son of Madam Fodio, the man who created the jihad that they call Sokoto Jihad. I'm talking about Ahmadu Bello, the grandson of Osman Fodio, the man responsible for the very dastardly jihad against the Hausa people in 1804. Yes. So now we spoke about the independence, the amalgamation treaty that brought Nigeria, unfortunately, unlike terms, signed, and a treaty signed by a few people. We don't even know who they were, but they claimed that eventually, what they signed led to the dangerous Greek gift of independence, which has become a nightmare. It has been a nightmare since then. Nigeria has never been able to get it together. But coming to what is taking place right now, everything is collapsing. The economy has collapsed. Exchange rate is just whacked. And lawlessness in the country. The army has become, oh my God, the army of Nigeria is not the army of Nigerian people. It's the army of criminals, rogues, So the commanders, the lead commanders of the Nigerian army, some of them are aligned with terrorists. Some of them are politicians making political statements. They became the police. The police has been pushed to the cops. Even the police inspector general does not know what he is doing. He's just like an errand boy. Can you imagine the inspector general of police coming to the national television to tell us that the rogue president made him? So he must do whatever he is asked to do by this idiot, this criminal that has come to destroy Nigeria. Yes, so that is what we see in Nigeria. And then his chief of army staff is from his tribe. The same thing. He came to defend tribe and not to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. He doesn't know what he's doing. Chief of defense staff, oh my God, that one is just like a bully on the loose, not knowing what his job is. So the country is in disarray. Chaos runs through. Terrorists come, kidnap, rape, butcher our people, perform surgery without anesthesias to harvest organs for sale to who knows who. So that is how bad the country has gotten. The country is spinning out of control under this evil man. The traditional institution is not spared. All run by criminals. Traditional rulers who rig elections. Yes. So the country is on a very dangerous march to its demise. This is how sad So are we looking at a collapse of the Nigerian system, which we want? We have been wanting that system to collapse. If, however, Nigeria collapses, what is going to be the next? How are we going to get it together so things don't get out of control? That should be the issue of discussion right now. I told people of Nigeria, I am not a believer in a street protest, because street protest in Nigeria is a commercial business. Those who lead protests do so in order to be called and settled, given money. Yes, that was why the protest that they declared on October 1st, yeah, to 10. Is it October 1st? November, yeah. Did not go anywhere. I think there were a few persons, like the pastor from Plateau State. I think that guy is an honest man. But the other ones, I don't know about them. Yeah, so those ones were boys from the rogue government. So it was a pseudo-manipulated protests. The protesters, those who came out, the young people who came out, didn't even know what was going on, that they have been sold, to make money by those who organized the protests. So that was why the protests ended in fiasco. And that was why they were told, they were assigned places to go and protest. Have you ever seen a country anywhere where protesters are asked to go and protest inside the stadium or the Eagle Square, or assigned spots in a country that is free? That tells you that those protests were fake. And we have been proved right that they were fake. So protests in Nigeria, will not work anymore. So any person coming to organize you for a protest, I'm speaking to Nigerians now, it's a lie. It's not going to work. What I know that is going to happen is Nigeria is going to cascade into a very, very dangerous state. When the people have it, nobody needs to be mobilizing anybody. The way the hunger is tearing through Nigeria, and how the people of Nigeria are dying in droves, and how the young people are migrating, violently outside the country, trekking thousands, hundreds of miles across the Sahara. Yes, and then getting to Libya, Morocco, and other countries that are close to Europe, and then taking some very, very dangerous risks across the wild Mediterranean, where a lot of them get drowned, and then those who are able to make it through are kept in concentration camps in Italy and neighboring countries, where they are treated like animals, in subhuman conditions. Yes, and they are fed what their dogs are not fed. Yeah, I'm talking about a people from a very, very, very rich, very, very endowed country in Africa. That is the sorry state of Nigeria. And these criminals holding the country hostage, yes, arrogantly and brazenly display their stolen wealth. And a lot of them invite these young people to large gatherings. Yeah, large gatherings, and then feed them plates of rice. And these young people will be dancing and celebrating, and even ready to die for them, instead of them, holding them and then arresting them. So that is how bad. So that reminds me or us about the theory of Stalin and the chicken with the peeled feathers. Yes, that is the story of Nigeria right now. It's so sad. It's really sad. Great country, great diversity, beautiful country, loaded with minerals and natural resources. Yes, and some of the greatest amazing people on the surface of the earth suffering this Jim Crow system. Yeah. So that system is about to tumble, and the signs are there, and nothing is going to save the Nigerian system. But beyond the Nigerian system, what are we going to do? Questions that Nigerians must address immediately, yeah, before things start getting out of hand. Nobody is going to be organized and told to go and protest on the street of Nigeria. Nigerians are already demoralized. They know that protests do not work. The people are suffering, are much more interested in looking for food right now than actually getting bothered with get into the street to protest. You know, they don't see essence. They feel like they have lost everything. You know, they feel like everything has, they have, they live, you know, they have given up. Yes, they have resigned to fate. But the time comes. So that is where the internal automatic mechanism will come. Self-destruction of the Nigerian system. And we're already seeing it. It's starting from River State and the pockets of it across the country. Yeah, the National Intelligence Agency director has resigned. The former DSS director has been relieved of his post, and a lot of things. A lot of people are, you know, getting worried about what is going to happen. Former allies, those who threatened us, who blackmailed us, are now scared. Some of them are scheming for a military takeover of Nigeria, which we do not want. The Nigerian military is the worst on earth right now. It is not even organized. It's not coordinated. It can't fight terrorism. In fact, they blend with terrorists, so they are not for anybody but for themselves. And one of their allies, and they are beginning to fight some of their allies, like one in the Niger Delta, the big oil thief they call Asari Dokubo right now. The military, they are spoiling their fake military. They are spoiling for a war. Yeah, they told him that they will meet him at the battlefront. This is how reduced the Nigerian armed forces has become. Yes, it has become a roadside armed forces. Yes, going to draw battle with the little citizens that can, a little citizen that can be arrested by the police if the country was a real country. Yes, they made him. They were stealing oil with him. All the soldiers, high military command, they are all thieves, oil thieves. Yes, they were stealing oil with him. The DSS director then was stealing oil. He knew about all the oil theft. He knew about all the terrorist activities in Nigeria because he was one of those sponsoring and making giving them counterintelligence efforts from the government. They are so-called. So that's why Boko Haram has been sustained for this long. It's a business. It's a business. So the country has to be totally cleaned out. The people of Nigeria, I think their backs on the wall, maybe almost inside the wall. But I know that nature will have a way of purging, and that is what is about to happen. Nigeria is going to purge by an act of nature, and the purge will be so far-reaching. The purge will be so destructive of those who destroyed Nigeria. But how are we going to manage the purge? I'm not advising anybody to go to the street to do anything. Let everybody sit and watch. Let the hunger continue to rage. When the people are hungry enough, nobody will tell them what to do. You will not call me again to tell me, oh, please, we need money to arrange buses. No, we are not going to pay anybody to come and protest anymore. We are not going to baby anyone. Whoever wants to survive in Nigeria must wake up and join hands with the rest of us to push the country to survive. Otherwise, it will be to your tent, O Israel. That is where we are with Nigeria right now. Yes, that is where we are with Nigeria. Nobody, I'm broke right now. I've given up everything that I have. Every time people are calling me, we are hungry families. In fact, yesterday somebody called me to ask me for ordinary 2,000 naira. Ordinary 2,000 naira. She didn't have it. She has children to feed. She didn't have 2,000 naira. Is just a daily occurrence. That is how bad. That is how desperate things are. Somebody does not have $1 to her name. 4 children. Then the other lady called me the other day and told me that her son, they have not eaten since the past 2 days. Yes. When the hour comes, such people, they don't have anything to lose anymore. And these people doing these things, they have investments all over the country. Although they can fly out. And this is the reason why now I will be making this announcement. The United States do not grant visas to Nigerian politicians anymore. Imperial Europe, I know you are their allies. That is where all our money goes. You know, they go to fund your economy. So you are in alliance with them. But, there are consequences for some of these bad actions. Maybe by the time young Nigerians in your country will come without nothing, they overwhelm your system, maybe that will teach you something. This is what we have been telling you, to change your ways, imperial forces. Change your ways. Do things that are positive. Change your economic foreign policies. Yes. Make it more friendly and economically beneficial to countries that you go to do business. Invest in those countries. Build in those countries. Build infrastructure. Build industries to keep our young people away. Be honest investors and not to be exploiters that you have always been. That is the thing. Because it crashed Nigeria. We impact Britain so badly. We impact crashed Nigeria. We crashed a half of Africa for a beginning, and then the second half we go down, and then you know what that means. But I know that that's what Imperial Europe and all the imperial forces want, for Africa to collapse so they can jump on it. But I tell you, it will not come without consequences. So this is a moment where everybody must do something. The leadership crisis in Nigeria must be addressed with audacity. The Nigerian system has failed the people of Nigeria. So we Nigerians who see what is happening and what Nigeria could become if this situation is not well managed, this is why we have been shouting. Even though they call us troublemakers, we are enemies of states. But we love what we are doing. We are not afraid. America did not rise to where it is without the activities of its citizens. This is exactly what we are doing for our country. Our country is in trouble. Our country is in a dire trouble. It's only those who are honest about seeing us out of this trouble that will be our friends. Otherwise, you are enemies. Nigerians, wake up. Nigerians, get ready for what is to come. Don't go to the street and protest. Something is going to happen in your country. And people will be in shock when these people will start destroying themselves. Because we're at a point now where there is nearly nothing anybody can do. They have run out of ideas. They went to China the other day to collect how much? 1 billion, right? Yes, China was poorer than Nigeria 50 years ago. China is now giving Nigeria money. Ukraine donated grains. Ukraine at war, yes, donated grains to Nigeria the other day. We should be ashamed of ourselves. So this is why we are saying that these rogues, I am not just talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it's all of them at all levels. They must go down for Nigeria to rise again. They must go down. I love Nigeria so much. I don't want to see it dismembered. I am not working to create another state out of Nigeria. I want a Nigeria that will be open to all of us. That is why I'm at the forefront of driving the open Nigeria ideology. I want Nigeria for a bigger picture. I want Nigeria to spearhead the total and organic unification of Africa. We must not do that as a country on the curb. We must do that as what is supposed to be the giant of Africa. Let us bring that giant in all of us. We can make it happen. Let's melt all the borders of tribalism and religious nationalism. We see they have not helped us since 64 years. And they are not going to help us anywhere at any time in our country's history. It is time for us to really understand the importance of the identity we have as Nigerians. Even though the name is not supposed to be, we are going to have to change that name. Yes, when new managers who truly love the country like Americans love their country now come to the stage and start doing things right. It's not about Islam. It's not about Christianity. It's not about anything but about Nigeria. It's not about anybody's tribe. Yes, it's not about anybody's political party. This is a time for all of us to come out come together, build that critical mass of critically conscious Nigerians to retake our country from a few criminals. Yeah, yes, propped up, backed by imperial forces. We must tell them that we own the country. Our numbers is what matters. When we speak as a united people, the imperial forces will have no choice but to bow. It is when we allow them divide us, using all the toxins of religion, tribes, and other very, very toxic things to keep us divided. That is why they have been succeeding. If we now realize that we are a victim of these people, yes, we at the end of the ladder are victims of these people, we can unite and send them packing. I tell you this once again, the Nigerian system is falling apart. You will see. Sit down, sit back and watch. Don't do anything anymore. Just go about looking for food to eat now. That's I can't tell you to go and carry arms now. But when the time comes, I'm not going to be the one telling you. You will fight for your country. You will fight for your life. You fight for your survival. You fight for your children. You fight for the survival of those children. And you will fight for their future. I am telling you, you will not be enemies to Igbo man anymore. You will not be enemy of a Yoruba man. You will not be enemy of Hausa. Yeah, you will not be enemy of any group in Nigeria. You will now recognize that you have a common enemy that has been twisting your head, but you did not know it. And those are the enemies we will unite to send packing from our country. Good afternoon once again. And please share our message as always. We are for the people of Nigeria. We are for the people of Africa. If Africa is united, the world will be in peace. And by extension, we are for the people of the world. Africa has so much to give to the world, like it has always been given, even though a few people come to steal them. Yes, corporations come to steal them. You know, a continent that has the thing, where the thing that makes this cell phone from where I am talking to you, the continent, that is the only place where it is found. But the continent has some of the poorest people on earth. The world, you must develop some conscience. Yes, I'm speaking to you, the imperial forces. You know where you come from. You enslaved us. You colonized us. You imperialized us. You brought apartheid. And now you brought globalization. You stayed in Nigeria. You didn't want to leave. You are in Burkina Faso. You didn't want to leave. You were in Mali, Guinea, Nigeria, Ghana, everywhere. You were there, a minority, controlling the owners of the land. And you don't give anything back to them but poverty and guns for them to be killing themselves while you smile to the bank off of selling us ammunition and bullets and taking our economic resources away. Develop some conscience, Imperial Europe. Develop some conscience. We know, today I received a new information about the failed attempt to kill Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso. It is your work, France. You are at work. But what you are doing is going to backfire very badly if you don't stop. So young Africans from across Africa, you must form a ring around Ibrahim Traore. We must build an alternative army to the existing politicized puppet armed forces across Africa to battle back and surround our revolutionaries so nobody will come and kill them like they killed Patrice Lumumba, like they did what they did to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Toure, Modibo Keita, and the rest of them. How they blasted Samora Machel mid-air because he was fighting against apartheid. These people, you guys need to have conscience. Nigerian system will fall. It's a Babylon system we don't need anymore. It's going to crash. Good day.